If you want to tell a revenge story, you have to give me a reason to go on the journey with you. Do it early on in the film, and make it good. Revenge stories where you aren't sure what's going on are just confusing and boring, especially when there's no action or suspense to fill the gap. John Wick is a good example of a revenge story. They killed his dog and disrespected him, so they had to die. Hello and welcome to my channel. Here I review new movies and television shows and try to release a new review every day from Monday to Friday. Today I'm talking about Nocebo. It's directed by Lorcan Finnegan and written by Garrett Shanley. It stars Eva Green, Mark Strong, and Chai Fanashir. It's a psychological thriller that moves at a glacial pace and is about as exciting as a trip to the grocery store. The film isn't scary, and the only thing the story has going for it is a little bit of mystery. The acting and the production quality are decent, but aren't enough to make up for the lackluster story. A fashion designer, Christine, is suffering from a mysterious illness that puzzles her doctors and frustrates her husband, Felix. One day, a Filipino caretaker arrives and uses traditional folk healing to help Christine, but in the process reveals a horrifying truth. The story is simplistic, requires a mountain of faith to get through, and doesn't have anything of value to provide. The characters are unlikable and one-dimensional, and the manner in which the story is told is slow and excruciatingly boring. The horror elements aren't scary, and there isn't much mystery. The antagonist and their motives are revealed within the first 20 minutes, and the only mystery the story tries to hold on to is what Christine did to set off the events of the film. I say try in a mocking way because the film telegraphs the predictable reveal from early on in the film. The story itself is a tried and true trope, and doesn't have anything new to add to it. It relies on two of its characters being helpless victims that do nothing, and the antagonist's motives are never fully fleshed out or justified. The cast does an impeccable job of making you think something interesting is about to happen. Eva Green and Chai Fanashir both stand out. Eva Green has great reactions and looks terrified during the horror moments. Her character slowly loses her mind over the course of the film, and she plays the transition in a convincing way. Chai Fanashir gets the only nuanced character in the film, and plays both aspects of her character well. During the flashbacks, she's a normal young woman, just trying to make the best of a bad situation. Through her expressions and tonality, we can feel her pain and understand her anger. Outside of the flashbacks, she's got this creepy vibe surrounding her that is deliciously sinister. The production quality is about average. The visuals have a general polish to them that makes the film easy to watch, but the film also doesn't have much to offer in the way of visual effects. The horror sequences are short and not frightening. There isn't any action, and there are only two visual effects to actually see: the infected dog and the tick. The infection on the dog looks realistic, and the glossed over eyes are kind of spooky, but the dog looks super friendly, like he's waiting for a treat. Oh, it's so hard to see him as a threat when he's sitting there like a good boy. The tick was marginally scarier, but still, just looked like a wind-up toy crawling across the floor. The soundtrack doesn't do much to help. It consists entirely of short, tension-building Hollywood boilerplate tracks that are overused and so similar to one another that they might as well be the same song. None of it amplifies the emotions very well, and most of the tracks went unnoticed. Nocebo is overproduced for how boring the story is. With such an incredible cast and enough of a budget to make the film look alright, I thought this film must be baiting me with all of this foreshadowing. But no, the story was just as boring and predictable as I thought it would be. Give this one a pass. Trust me, watching paint dry would be more entertaining. 4 out of 10.